We was ranked #2 in the nation, man. The
in
nation.
The 70s, all black school.
All black school, man. Right down the little school too. They couldn't believe that. They couldn't when they picked up the USA. All the top name, they had Fifth Avenue #2 in the nation. That's big.
Wow.
That was big. We didn't know how big it was. But we didn't know how big it was, but that was big. You ranked #2 in the nation, man, you know. I said, man, you see, you know, it'll be popping tomorrow, man. Hey, like I said, man, I told you, I said, I'm just trying to, you know, ease into this, man, you know. But now, you see how, you know, I was pretty talkative, but you know, my emotions started coming out, man. I see my boy Clark, you know.
Not to be afraid of who you are.
So was there like a trial, or how did you get on the team?
Man, yeah, what? That's why it was an honor, man, to be one of the 12. Man, it'd be about 500 people trying out, man.
Oh, so you was one of 12? Can you turn the music down just a little bit there?
Yeah. I was one of 12 out the whole school, man. Hey, you know what? We go out. You go out in the playground and get, you know. Hey, man, when we tried out, it was like over about 300 people trying out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Everybody down Fifth can hoop, you know. Everybody.
So you had to be really special.
Oh, yeah,
because, I mean, not to brag on myself, but I got a good little shooting game, so I guess I might have got that time. Like, I was always a good shooter.
Yeah, man. It was an honor, man.
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, well, you just don't walk in there. I was like one out of 300, you know.
Wow.
I mean, everybody hooped, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then everybody had their little squad with them, you know. I had my Elmore Squares pulling for me that I should be starting, you know. But no, out of 12 people was like, man, trials, man, you had about 200-300 people trying out for 12, you know.
Wow.
Then Life and Google would pick us, you know what I'm saying? You would go through a couple trials and they'll cut the team, you know, cut the dudes. Who do you want? They'll put your name on the board. Then everybody would go to the board and see if the name was on the board.
Right, see if they made it.
And then I remember Art I said, F. Marshall on the board up there, you know. That was my Elmore Square people, you know, Charlie and them. Cause I was the only one for Elmore Square that made. That's it.
Hi, I'm Deborah Williams. I am the chairperson to our class of 1976 reunion committee. Fred has always supported us, gave us money, been there, did things from the beginning, from 10 years. And we had our 40th year, and Fred gave money and supported us. He was always there. Even though he's working and doing other things in his gym, he's still there for us. Love Fred. Always got much love for Fred.
What about his basketball years? Are you familiar with him playing?
He was the quiet, but he was really forceful on the court. He was with Clark. They was like hand in hand. They could play ball. He can spout all kind of statistics, all kind of data about back in the day that we forget. Fred knows. So yeah, he was the number one baller. This is my senior class. This is my classmates.
Say your name, please. Your name,
Williams.
Okay. Thank you all. She's beautiful. Thank you.
This is nice.
If you reach inside your soul, and the sorrow that you know will drift away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast the fears aside. You know you will survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you.
Why you got your red and white?
I don't know, but he got his jacket on, so I really feel good.
Some more. This is nice. We gotta take some pictures. I never been in here. So how you feeling about things? How you feeling about things, Shirley Pearl?
It is so nice.
You got man right here.
What's your name?
Kimberly, I'm his daughter.
Oh, what? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we just be able to come out here with some legends. The City League gets no recognition from anywhere, but they got some of the greatest athletes. If we did this for the next 100 years, we still couldn't put everybody in that's deserving. He's rated one of the top 75 of all time coming out the city.
Man.
What's going on?
Shirley, we ain't looking at jewelry. Let's find our seat first.
How you doing?
Oh, you showing with
The Archers, Fifth Avenue. You like the jacket? Love the jacket. Everybody loving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep doing what you're doing, but if you are here on behalf of a fallen hero, the first 2 rows on both sides of this podium are reserved for you. If you are here tonight on behalf of a deceased City League student athlete, the first 2 rows where the red tape is reserved.
Otherwise known as Beth. I am the spouse of Warner Macklin, rest in God. I am just honored to be here, honored that they would recognize the Fifth Avenue class of 76 after all these years. And I also appreciate the camaraderie amongst all of the city championship teams and the people. So thank you so much. Thank you, Bill Neal. Thank you for the committee. Appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all look real good.
Send that to me now, Dad.
I will send it to you. All in here. It's all on him.
You the one that was here.
He was the one.
Beating up Nick.
He was the one. Yeah. So that's why it's nice.
Next is here.
Well, I just need to get on that committee so I can get free more events of these things.
City League High School All Sports Hall of Fame inductions. And let's get this started by asking you to please give yourselves a round of applause. What a tremendous turnout. City League, you show up. You always do. The Fifth Avenue High School State Championship team. Honey Hopkins League Hall of Famers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Westinghouse High School Marching Band. Band, please take your exit. Lucas and Kenny Durrett and Ricky Coleman and Stokes, they're all here. But here's my point. Here's where I'm cutting myself off at the knees. Any politician, and I'm not naming names, that's not here and was invited here, that has not supported the first 3 years of this effort, who have not returned our phone calls in our effort to get them to support this, who heads up an area or a district or a high school existed or still exists. Any politician that does not respond to that needs to be called upon by you. You need to find out who I'm talking about and why they're not supporting this. This is not about Bill Neal. This is about the city of Pittsburgh. Now just think about what I'm telling you. If you've been here for 1 or 2 or this year, who have you not seen here who should be here? Who should be here to celebrate the greatest living athletes in Pittsburgh City League history? I can't hear you. Who should be here? I didn't call no names. I'm just telling you. Should be called upon. Clark dared to dunk on Connie Hawkins. The Y only had 250 seats, but 800 people told me they saw them. Bill Clark dunked on Connie Hawkins. He's the only man I've ever seen in Pittsburgh dunk on the Hawk. But Bill Clark will tell you the Hawk returned the favor the very next play.
Thanks, Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be here today. Representing Competitive High School undefeated team. Yeah! I'd like to say one important person that's missing tonight. That was our general, Morty Mack. In 1963 at middle school, I was nervous, but I lived up top, and I was moving down the bottom. First person I seen when I came to middle school was Willie Mackley. And I walked in and turned and smiled. I always wondered why he smiled at me like that. He later told me, he said, I've never seen somebody so tall. But from that point on, we became a legacy, as you all well know. Thanks again tonight for everybody.
All right.
I gotta say, Neil snuck one in on me. Alright, because I'm only supposed to be here for the 76 reunion. Alright, but Neil finally caught me here, bro. I always tell him that there's other people who's more worthy than me. You know, and a lot of these guys, a lot of them older than us, but we played against them. And they made us who we were. You know, I definitely want to say that. But I'm also going to say this. For everybody who's younger than us, the legend is true.
If you reach inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer. If you reach inside your soul, and the sorrow that you know will drift away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside. You know you will survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the light.
Good evening, everyone. I have to call a person up here because I had close contact with him as a teacher on staff,
And I believe, it's never been said, but he was probably the architect of the defensive schemes of Fifth Avenue High School. Dr. Lightfoot, will you step up here?
My dad loved that.
I mean, a lot of times when you're in the building, you refer to your colleagues as Mr. Lightfoot, Coach Lightfoot. Later on, I worked with Dr. Lightfoot. And Dr. Lightfoot also was Fifth Avenue alumnus. Played at Fifth Avenue many, many years ago. Continued his academic endeavors at Tuskegee University, where he's also a Hall of Famer. What I like to put in perspective this evening is Fifth Avenue High School is a neighborhood school located on Fifth Avenue, Lower Hero District. The students weren't concerned with busing because they walked to school. But the one thing that I remember as a teacher on staff, the parents in the community validated education. And what I'm trying to get to is these young men over here, all the accolades about being great athletes and historical basketball players in that 76 year, they were fine young men. I got a chance to see them walking through the halls, going to their classes, never getting in any trouble. So I have to say, when you turn the clock back 40 years, these young men were all about sports and academics. Now, I like to say little things about that 75-76 school year. A lot of times people look at their record, they were 15-0, including regular season and playoffs and the state title. But what a lot of people didn't know was we had a very long teacher strike that year. And the late Albert Fondy, who was a no-nonsense guy, head of the Pittsburgh Teachers Union, we met that Sunday night, November 30th, 1975, at the Hilton. He didn't like the particulars of the contract. He said, we're not going to work. And we were on strike from December 1st, 1975. We didn't come back in the classroom January 27th, 1976. And as a teacher, I remember that because I was broke. Yeah, I was broke. Matter of fact, when I came back to Fifth Avenue, I wanted to apply for the school lunch program because I didn't have any money. But these gentlemen, they took the sting out of that teacher strike, and it became a very productive year. And what I really enjoyed in following them as a team, now some people may say they were cocky, young men. I mean, they came out and they were very confident. So when the playoffs started, they knew that the game, March 27th, 1976, would happen to be my birthday that year. It was played at Hershey, Pennsylvania. So when they came out of the locker room, they threw candy bars in the stand. And the Hershey candy bar was one of the things the players came out with. And they also came out with Fifth Avenue. Now here's the punch line. We had a gentleman on the team who was a center. His name happened to be Bill Clark. And he added to now, most people would say, how could you remember that? Well, coming back after a long teacher strike, you have to remember some of the sweet things that happened that year. So at this time, I think these gentlemen should come up as a team.
The first name is Sam Clancy. William Clark.
All right, hold it there, Sam.
Daryl Gilmore. David Kennedy. Kenneth Brucker. Edwin Peoples. Rodney Walker. James Whitner. W. Terrence. Terrell, I'm sorry, Terrell. Fred Marshall. Daryl Gilmore. Mifflin Gaines. He's not with us, but Warnie Mack. His son will receive it. With some friends who've come to share this moment with me tonight. Secondly, I would like to thank these guys because our lives met at a time that everything turned out okay. We loved each other, we worked together. We had our moments, but we had more good times than bad times. And they were good guys. And we traveled and played games. But I want to share one little thing with you. When we played Valley in an empty gymnasium, this might sound funny, but I think that day God was in that gym. Because we were 1 point ahead.
You don't have to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer if you reach inside your soul, and the sorrow that you know will drift away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast the thieves aside. You know you will survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the light. You don't have to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer inside your soul, and the sorrow that you know will drift away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast the thieves aside. You know you will survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the light. Not to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer if you reach inside your soul, and the sorrow that you know will drift away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast the thieves aside.
But man, we had 4 All-Americans: Puffy, Sam, Matt, Clark, Mr. Lightfoot. The only thing about our team, man, we all intact. Only one left us was Goog, the coach Goog, and Mac. Everybody else is, you know, still living, you know, from that air. So that's a blessing right there. But other than that, man, you know, just see how it turned out tomorrow. After all these years, you know.
Yeah, because that's like, what, 30-something years?
That's almost 40 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But we did something that nobody ever did. We took city and state. Then the school went on strike. And we still going to practice in the small gym at the Y. And
5th Avenue went on strike?
Yeah.
Why?
76. Teachers went on strike.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a teacher strike. Health, you know, usual benefits, money, you know. That was the first strike of us, you know, back in the day. But we still managed to, you know,
get practice
together.
Wow. So then how many years did you actually play basketball?
Played all my life.
Like
from 6th grade.
Oh, you was always on the team for 6 years. Okay.
Yeah. From A to Y. That's when I met all Clark and all them, man. When I was in the 6th grade, I went to A to Y. They went to Miller. Then we went to play summer O's and handball together. We all grew up together. Then we went to 5th Avenue. That's why we ain't never left each other. Because everybody was good. They could went to other schools and play, but everybody just stuck together. Because we all came up together. Like
so everybody was from the Hill?
Hill, Hill, Bedford, Elmore Square, Bedford, and Bentley Drive.
Yeah, so basically the Hill District.
Yeah.
Tell me that story what Shirley said when when she listened to the thing.
Yeah, she said, she said, I came home, she said, you must ain't played today. I said, I was there. She said, all I heard on that radio was Macklin and Clancy. I said, yeah, because I ain't get in, but I was there. It was Sammy and Mac. Yeah, heck of a squad, man. We ain't know it then, though.
Yeah, but now.
Now when I look at it,
yeah.
Shoot. All of them, man. Then the bench was strong.
The backups was tight.
Yeah, we was tight, you know. I said, they could came down 5th Avenue and made The White Shadow. That movie, that TV movie. All Afro-American players and white coat.
That's what I said during that time. That was big.
Yeah, that was big. Then, but that was a good era, you know. And them teachers were real good. And Mr. Lightfoot ain't play. He tried to discipline. Yeah, it was some good days though. But we never dreamed this was, you know, it was gonna come to this, you know, celebrating 40 years. We just like to play ball, you know. Winning 40 years later. But I tell anybody that was the best team assembled, man. Now, Warney gone, but I put him on any guard in the city right now.
I wonder if they had video footage that they could play.
Oh man, we had video. That's what I'm mad that we didn't have. We didn't have video.
See, it ain't like today where everything is
video, yeah.
Right.
We've seen some of them. But Sammy, he went on to play college ball, pro ball. A couple of them, Clark, they went on to play college ball and all that.
Staples guy, I need to get a grip on my company spending.
There's an answer if you read